Dear children, yesterday I was taught you the Plateau Peninsular India, Central Highland, Deccan Plateau, Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat. Now, the western and eastern coastal plains. On the western and eastern margin of the Deccan Plateau, the western and the eastern coastal plain stretch respectively. The western coastal plain is rather narrow except in Gujarat. It consists of three sections as follows: Konkan coast, Malabar coast or Kerala coast. It is the northern part of the western coast plain in Maharashtra and Karnataka. Malabar coast, it is southern part of the plains. Kerala coast, a large number of backwaters called lagoon are found along the Kerala coast. Only a few large rivers like the Narmada, Tapti, Mahi flow through it. River of western coast form estuary. Estuary is a funnel shaped opening at the mouth of river. These estuaries provide good site for harbours. Mumbai and Marmagua have two of the best natural harbours of India. The eastern coast. It extends from the river Swarnarekha in the north of Kanyakumari. In the south, a distance of nearly 1,100 km. The coastal plain along the Bay of Bengal is bordered in comparison to the western coastal plain. This plain includes the fertile deltas of the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Coromandel coast. The southern part of the eastern coastal plain is called the Coromandel coast. Northern Sarkar. The southern part called the Northern Sarkar. In the north, this is plain merged into Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. Lake Chilka is an important feature of this coast. Now, the Great Indian Desert, Thar Desert. The Thar Desert lies on the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. It consists of an undulating sandy plain with the various types of sand dunes. It receives less than 150 mm rainfall a year. It has arid climate with low vegetation. The stream appears only during the monsoon season. Luni is the only large river in this region. Crescent-shaped sand dunes called barchans cover most of this desert. Longitudinal dunes are also seen on the western edge of this region near the Indo-Pakistan border. The Indian Islands. The two islands groups of India are Andaman and Nicobar Island and the Lakshadweep Island. Andaman and Nicobar Island. These islands are a group of 572 islands located in the Bay of Bengal. They are found at an average distance of 1,200 km from the mainland. The Nicobar group form a cluster south of the Andamans. These groups of islands are mountain top that are rising from the seafloor. Most of them are of volcanic origin and have limestone, sandstone, and shale as chief constituent rocks. Barren Island is an active volcano. Port Blair in the Andaman Group is capital and port city. The 10 degrees channel separated the Andaman Group from the Nicobar Group. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are fairly larger in comparison to Lakshadweep. The Indira Point in the Nicobar Island is southernmost point of the Indian Union. The Lakshadweep Island. This is a group of 36 islands in the Arabian Sea. The southernmost point these islands slightly northwards of the independent island country of Maldives. All these islands are built up by coral polyps and have atolls and fringing reef very close to their shore. These islands lie 300 km to the west of the coast of Kerala. Now conclusion. Our country is a country of wasteland form comprising various kind of regions. Region complements the other and makes the country richer in its natural resources. The mountains are the major source of water and forest wealth. The northern plains are the granaries of the country. They have provided the base for early civilization. The plateau is a storehouse of minerals which has played a crucial role in the industrialization of the country. The coastal region and island groups provide sites for fishing and port activities. Thus, the diverse physical features of the land have immense future possibilities of development. Now, themselves read and learn important terms. Thanks.